Usually, when we think of online predators, we picture a cliché, creepy old man in a basement. However, predators come in all shapes and sizes, and there is always going to be an outlier. Today, we're looking into one such outlier, a pretty 23-year-old mother of two who preyed on young boys online. This case has become somewhat of a spectacle online in Japan. Given how unusual it is for a predator to be an attractive woman online, the case has become somewhat of a joke. As you can kind of expect from the internet, a lot of people out there are saying that her young male victims are living the dream, while others are strongly condemning her actions. Rika Nagao is a 23-year-old single mother of two. She has a 5-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. Growing up, she was considered very beautiful, but at the same time not very bright. She wasn't sociable either. She would mostly stay in her room while outside of school, playing games and talking online. However, she did open up and socialize at least a little, as she became pregnant with her first child while she was still in high school at age 18, after hooking up with a boy 3 years younger than her. Even if she wanted to, she wouldn't have been able to legally marry him yet. She thought about terminating the baby, but couldn't bring herself to do it as she loved the boy. She quit high school shortly after, and it's unclear if her second child is from the same father. According to those who knew her, she didn't really care too much for taking care of the kids, usually leaving them either at a nursery school or back home with her parents while she stayed home and played around online. One acquaintance said, "I've almost never seen her outside the house. She's usually at home, playing online games and fishing for men." Her desire for a younger man wasn't just a one-time thing by any means. The extent of her activities online is largely unknown, but she has left some breadcrumbs over the years. In October of 2018, when she was 20 years old, she started meeting young boys online and coercing them to come meet up with her. In this screenshot, for example, she asks a boy, widely said online to have been a middle schooler, if he would like to try ofpako, a term that the young boy is not familiar with. She asks him to check Wikipedia, and he does. Ofpako is an internet slang, a term meaning to hook up with someone you met online. It's evident that he complied, as later tweets show her talking about how all she can think of is making babies with him and watching DVDs with him. Given her tendencies as of this point, and according to many rumors online, it's believed that she's been doing this for years with various boys that she's been meeting over Twitter and games. Eventually, Rika met yet another boy, a 12-year-old in his final year of elementary school, on an online game called Knives Out in December of 2019. Rika, unable to control her desires, became chatty with the boy, causing him to gradually warm up to her. What started as friendly, game-related chatter eventually came to be romantic, flirty messages. She ended up traveling and meeting the boy in his hometown, Fukuoka, about 500 kilometers from where she lived, and booked a hotel, in which she met with him. Although very controversial and subject to various local laws, the age of consent in Japan is 13 years old, so she was pretty close to being safe, but given that he's 12, it's inarguably a crime. She called him to the hotel and had relations with the boy multiple times. It's thought that, even if she did not force him, that she strongly coerced him, and the case has been seen as such. Given that she told the boy not to tell anyone, and that he should keep silent, it's very evident that she knew what she was doing was indeed a crime. She went even as far as encouraging the boy to run away from home to live with her. In January, she called the boy out to come visit her at her home in Takamatsu. Takamatsu is on the island of Shikoku, fairly far out from the mainland. She paid all of his travel expenses and, of course, allowed him to stay with her. That was the goal. She indulged herself with him all day, every day, for several days straight. Eventually, the boy returned to his parents' home in Fukuoka for a bit, but Rika soon called him back home to come stay with her again for a few days. He complied. As time went on, Rika got more and more bold with the relationship, taking photos with the boy and even going as far as posting them on Twitter. even as far as taking a picture of the boy licking her bare chest, meaning that she was technically producing CP. The boy's family was obviously very worried when he went missing for a couple of days. I mean, he was 12 years old. His mother was in a panic, frantically trying to contact him. But Rika was there to coach him on what to say to her to make her calm down. They kept in touch over a mobile chat app when Rika told the boy that she loved him and that they would someday get married. It was at this point that an anonymous tipster called the police to inform them of what was happening. The tipster is believed to have either been a relative of the boy, possibly his mother, or a jealous player that the boy bragged to about his encounters while playing the game. She was soon arrested and charged with both coerced intercourse and the production of CP. She admitted to the allegations. Her criminal case was to take place in Takamatsu District Court. The focus of the case quickly moved from her crimes to her gender and appearance. Comments online were predictable, to say the least. The journalists and observers in the court were surprised that what appeared in court was a beautiful woman, said to be pale to the point of being almost transparent, with glistening lips and eyes. Despite coming into the courtroom with regular, short-cut black hair and wearing either no makeup or natural-looking makeup at the most, the crowd was in awe of her good looks and the room got quite noisy, said one journalist. Rika defended herself in court, saying, "I haven't had great luck with men. I've been cheated on and beat up many times. I've had bruises all over my body at points, and sometimes faced even serious injuries. There was nobody who would really treat me well. This 12-year-old boy treated me better than anyone else out there, and I came to see him as an adult." The judge lectured Rika on her behavior without stopping for about 3 minutes straight. He said that as she was a mother, she should have some sympathy for a minor being in a situation like this. After which she responded, "It was truly inexcusable." The judge added that, if the prosecutors had also filed kidnapping or containment charges, she would be in a lot more trouble. She and her defense have come to reach a settlement with the parents of the boy, one of about 1.5 million yen, which is about $13,600 US, with the express condition that she never meet him again. The boy started school again in April of 2020, moving on to middle school. It's said that he isn't in a great mental state, notably feeling very defeated. One writer went on to say, "He had his first time with this beautiful woman, and he gave in to everything she said. Even now, from time to time, he even throws a tantrum about how much he misses her." Waiting for the court to come to a decision, Rika was placed into a mental hospital where she underwent treatment to curb her desire for young boys. Eventually, Nagao was sentenced to 3 years in prison, suspended for 5 years, meaning that she is, for now, free from prison unless she commits another crime, in which case she will be serving that 3-year sentence. Some users online have shown disgust towards her release, calling it a mere slap on the wrist, while others have shown support for her being let go. She will be forced to continue with her mental treatment. An acquaintance of hers said, "I'm hoping she recovers for the sake of her own children." So thank you again for watching, everyone. We finally hit 10K. That's crazy. I'm super happy about it. I think we're actually at like 12K right now while I'm filming this, so thank you. Please drop a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to hear about more kind of weird, lesser-known cases, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.